Yo guys, and as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title of this video, I am back with another Raw review, but this time it is the Raw after Sunday's main event and Evolution that happened a couple of nights ago. Hang on, let me sort out my colleague. I don't know what's going on with this colleague. There we go, that's better. Anyways, I'm going to be doing my Raw review for the Raw that happened after Tonight's main event that happened on Saturday, of course, and Evolution that happened a couple of nights ago. I did originally give this Raw a 3 out of 5 because, in my personal opinion, I didn't enjoy 90% of this Raw. But the reasoning for the 4 instead of the 3, because I did end up giving it a 4 out of 5 instead of a 3 out of 5, is because of the gauntlet, or however you say it. Because it was a 3 originally because of the beginning segment that happened, and one of the matches, which was between Lyra and Bayley for the number one contendership for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam, and that was it. That was it. So that was literally the 2 reasonings to why I gave this a 3, because the rest of it was like decent, but that was why I gave it a 3. But the gauntlet was way better than I expected it to be, and we did get the return of the OTC Roman Reigns. I knew that Roman Reigns was coming back. I just had a weird feeling that he was, especially Seth being injured. So I just knew that he was coming back, so it wasn't much of a surprise for me. But it does help into the reasoning to why I gave Raw a 4 instead of a 3, because it was very close to being a 3. If that gauntlet wasn't as good as it was, I would have given this Raw a 3 out of 5, even with the return of Roman Reigns, because personally, to me, if it weren't for the gauntlet again, would have been the worst Raw of the year, because it just was quite boring for the majority of it. But yeah, we officially have Naomi on Raw now, because obviously she cashed in her Money in the Bank on Rhea Ripley and Io Sky at Evolution, which means now that Jade Cargill has the potential to win the Women's Championship without the distraction of Naomi. I can see a Bianca Belair heel turn, and she cost Jade the Women's Championship, because there is now nothing for Bianca Belair, and I just can't see them leaving Bianca off SummerSlam. So I feel either she's going to go into a rivalry with someone, or she's going to cost Jade at SummerSlam unexpectedly, and turn heel on Jade, and we're going to get a Bianca versus Jade feud, which I could see happening now that Naomi's officially moved to Raw. Which is very weird, actually, like very weird, because it's very sudden, because everybody thought that she was gonna cash in on Tiffany or Jade Cargill at SummerSlam, and now she's not gonna do that because she's obviously not got the Money in the Bank anymore, because she cashed it in on the Io and Rhea match in the main event of Evolution. But yeah, I don't know, it's got a lot of things up in the air now with this whole like Jade versus Tiffany and what Bianca's doing now, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what other matches become official in the next like couple of weeks before SummerSlam. But yeah, we did kick off Raw with Naomi coming out and celebrating her victory over Rhea and Io, and she pretty much just said that you weren't expecting me to do this, now were you, bitches? And then Rhea obviously interrupted, was angry because she got involved in her match with Io, and now Rhea has still not defeated Io, and has still not won the Women's World Championship back. And then obviously Io Sky interrupted because she lost her Women's Championship, Women's Championship to Naomi, because Naomi decided to cash in during her fantastic, amazing, incredible main event at Evolution. And sorry, my arm was really annoying me. And then not my arm, my top. And then Adam Cole, Adam Pearce. I feel like I'm high on wrestling at the moment, so I'm probably going to mess up a lot during this Raw, because there's been so much wrestling over the past like 5 days that I'm literally like, I feel like I'm wrestled out. I've still got NXT to watch tonight, so there's probably gonna be a few mess ups in this because yeah, I've got so many different wrestling names on my head right now, but yeah, it's a bit mad. Adam Pearce came out and made it official that at SummerSlam we are going to get a triple threat with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Naomi for the Women's World Championship. And am I down for that? Yes, the fuck I am, because that means that we're not going to get a rematch with Io and Rhea. As much as I know Rhea and Io can cook in matches, because every time they've had a match together, they've cooked, but they've wrestled each other so many times over the past years that I was so happy that Naomi cashed in, because now we've got a different match for SummerSlam that's not just going to be the traditional like one-on-one match with Io and Rhea for the Women's World Championship. We've now got Naomi added into the mix, because whoever wins this triple threat at SummerSlam will go on to Clash in Paris a few weeks later to face Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship. So now we have that as well. So I am so down for this triple threat, like so down, and it was a really funny segment as well. Naomi's just so fucking good at her job, like so fucking good, so good. Yeah, so I'm beyond happy for SummerSlam triple threat match between those three. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you guys looking forward to that triple threat as well, or would you have rather it just be Rhea and Io again? But yeah. And then we had a match between Bayley and Lara Valkyria in a 2 out of 3 falls match, and the winner goes on to face Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. This match was match of the night by far, 100% match of the night, absolutely incredible. I also do like that the majority of the matches following on from Evolution was all like women. We had 3 women matches and only 1 men match. Well, technically we had 4 men matches actually. I've just realised so. Well, women didn't actually have more matches because technically we had 4 men matches, even though it was Braun every time. We still had 4 men matches, so technically we had more men matches than we did women. Technically, yeah. I don't know actually. Does that technically mean we have more men matches? I guess it does, but yeah. Anyways, we had a lot of women matches on this card, which I really enjoyed. But yeah, this match was actually incredible. Don't get me wrong. But I am finding it a bit suspicious that they're running back Lyra versus Becky at SummerSlam, considering Lyra beat Becky Lynch and then Becky Lynch beat Lara Valkyria. You would think that because Bayley's got herself involved in this and Lara got herself involved in this as well, so that she's been in 3 matches with Becky, you would think that they would run back Bayley and Becky, because Bayley's only had 1 opportunity against Becky Lynch, and that was cost by Lyra. So Bayley hasn't actually had her proper opportunity to face Becky when Lyra's had the opportunity to face her twice now. Not including SummerSlam. But obviously Backlash and Money in the Bank. So I'm finding it very suspicious that they've gone with Lyra and not Bayley. Because I feel like there was unfinished business between Lyra and Bayley. So I was expecting them to do Lyra versus Bayley at SummerSlam, in like a stipulation match, which I would be so down for. And I was expecting Becky to have like a mystery opponent, because Becky keeps going on about how nobody can beat her. I'm untouchable. No one can beat me. No one can win against me. And she keeps going on about it, like she's trying to like call out like someone to like return. Because that's what happens when wrestlers do that. When they like start going on their social medias or even in the ring and they start going, nobody's better than me. Nobody can beat me. I'm the best. I dare any woman or men to come out and tell me that I'm wrong or whatnot, because that's what happened with Gunther, and then Goldberg came out, right? So it's making me very suspicious, because Becky's acting as if like she's wanting someone else to go against her at SummerSlam, and I just really don't think that I really do think, that there's unfinished business with Bayley and Lyra. So I have a theory that I will quickly say is that I think that Bailey is either going to attack Lyra the night of SummerSlam, at the pre-show, because obviously they do a pre-show, don't they, before the actual SummerSlam, and before actual PLEs, they do like a pre-show, like whether it's 2 hours or an hour. I genuinely do think that Bailey is going to attack Lara Valkyria and kind of have a heel turn in a way, but I don't think she's going to be like a heel. I think she's going to be a bit of both. But I do feel she's going to turn on Lyra because she's going to believe that she deserves this opportunity against Becky, not Lyra, because Lyra's had 2 matches, 1-on-1, with no interferences against Becky, and Bailey's match against Bailey was interfered by Lyra, and also she didn't, because of Lyra, she didn't get that 1-on-1 match with Becky again. She had to be in a triple threat Evolution, and I feel like that's going to be like a trigger point for Bailey to turn on Lyra, and attack her, so she is unable to compete at SummerSlam to face Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship, and it's going to be a mystery opponent, and I don't think it'll be Bailey, because it could be. I think everybody will be very disappointed if they make it out to be a mystery and it's Bailey. So I don't see them doing that, especially on a SummerSlam. I mean, they could do, but they could do a mystery opponent for Becky, and that mystery opponent could be an AJ Lee, could be a Paige. So I don't know, like this Lyra versus Becky Lynch is not sitting right with me. Like it doesn't make sense for me. Like it really doesn't, considering Lyra getting herself involved in just a 1-on-1 match between Bailey and Becky, and then adding herself to this triple threat, and now she's getting another opportunity at SummerSlam and Bailey's not. Like, it doesn't sit right with me at all. So I feel like that's gonna happen, and I'll be so down. I'm hoping it happens and it's not Bailey that replaces Lyra. I'm hoping they make it out to be a mystery that Lyra was attacked and we don't know that it was Bailey. But because Bailey's acts as a face, it wouldn't make sense. Well, actually, no, yeah, Becky's a heel, so yeah, I guess it could be Bailey that makes the entrance as the mystery person. But I would hope that they wouldn't do that. But I don't know. But I feel like that's going to happen anyway. Something like along the lines of that anyway. And then we had a match between Nikki Bella and Chelsea Green. It's Nikki Bella's first match in 7 years on Raw, in a singles match. This match was decent. It wasn't great or good, but it was decent. It was a fun little comedic match that I actually predicted was going to happen at SummerSlam, and then end up happening the next night on Raw, which was very weird. But the only reason I want to speak about it is because obviously it is Nikki's first singles match on Raw in 7 years, and I think she forgot that she doesn't do the rack attack anymore. You know, when she used to like put the women on their neck and then do that. She now does it where she like kind of like flips them into like a DDT. And I think she forgot that she doesn't do the normal rack attack first. She does the 2.0 version. So she kind of like picked her up and like kind of like was about to like struggle a little bit to pick her up. I think she was confused on what move that she was meant to do, because she hadn't done that in ages, and I think her mind just automatically went to her original finisher, but wasn't. But actually no, the first time she struggled to pick her up because Chelsea Green was actually beating her up, so that don't count actually. But the second time she didn't struggle to pick her up, but I think she kind of like picked her up and then was about to do the rack attack and then realised, oh wait, no, actually no, I've got to do the rack attack 2.0, so it kind of looked a bit like fucking stupid. I think she just generally forgot that she doesn't do the actual original rack attack anymore, but it was still a decent match, and it was nice to have Nikki on a Raw show. Yeah, and competing. It was nice to see. So I'm beyond happy for her that she's actually gonna join like WWE like fully. I think full time. I think so. But yeah, she was attacked by Piper Niven and Alba Fire, and then Stephanie Vaquer came out to make the save, and I can guarantee you that next week on Raw we're going to get Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vaquer versus Piper Niven and Alba Fire in a tag team match, and I am so down for that. So down for that. And I have a feeling they're going to run Stephanie Vaquer versus Chelsea Green at SummerSlam. I don't know why, but I have a big feeling that that's what they're going to do. because they know that Stephanie Vicker like is a draw because she's just so good in the ring. So I feel like that's what their plan is. And it also gives Stephanie a match on SummerSlam, and presuming will be on the same night that Naomi defends her world championship against Rhea and Io, and then Stephanie will confront the winner of that triple threat. So I do believe that's going to happen as well. But I'm so down because I'm so excited to see Stephanie. Like, so excited to see her because she's definitely going to be like one of the shows I go to for sure, because she's going to be at the Clash in Paris PLE, and they're doing a tour. So I'm so fucking excited to see her because she's literally in my top 5 of women's wrestlers right now. So yeah. And then we had a segment with Gunther. This is what I mean. I literally wrote down 4 things, really. 4 things that happened at Raw last night, which is not great. The only reason it seems like a lot is because I wrote down all the matches in the gauntlet. But if we forget all those, that is literally all I wrote down for Raw. Just that little tiny bit there. And that is not good for a 2.5 hour show. Anyways, Gunther done a promo. Also speaking about the fact that he beat Goldberg at Saturday Night's Main Event and retired Goldberg. And said that no matter who is my next challenger, they're going to fall to me, or something along the lines of that anyways. And then Braun Breaker's music hit. Paul Heyman started saying that Braun is the next big thing. He's the big dog and this is his yard now. Very weird that Brock Lesnar is being mentioned a lot on commentary. His flannel, I think it is now on WWE Shop again. And Paul Heyman called Braun the next big thing. So I have a feeling that Brock's going to return at some point, and they're going to run Brock Lesnar versus Braun Breaker, which would be an absolute banger of a match, don't get me wrong. But do I really want to see Rock in WWE? Not really. No, not really. I don't know. It's weird because they keep mentioning him. Like they're doing the same thing with AJ and Paige though. They keep mentioning AJ Lee on stuff. Like obviously Punk, new poster is very AJ. It's like a very purpley like pink, which is very AJ colours, and he keeps posting stuff that's obviously he puts pink on his thing sometimes, but he doesn't do that. He normally puts red. And the fact that he showed it off as well and in pink is really throwing me. And AJ Lee is the Wrestle Crate for next month as well. So if you sign up to Wrestle Crate, you get a signed autograph by AJ Lee. Official signed autograph by AJ Lee. And they kept mentioning her at the press conference Evolution. She was a part of the video package for Evolution's cold opening. They keep posting her on WWE Vault's YouTube. They keep posting on WWE's Instagram. And they mentioned her a few times in commentary, and obviously CM Punk done the Willow something. The Willow, I can't remember her thing because she hasn't done it. Willow something anyway. Her signature. Night Champions against John Cena. I don't know if I have it written down. Hang on, because that's going to annoy me. Let me see if I've got it right. Okay, I did have it written down, but I had it written down as Widow, but it's called the Black Widow. So yeah, CM Punk done AJ Lee's signature. So there's a lot of AJ Lee being mentioned, a little bit Paige, but not so much. There's been a tiny bit of Paige being mentioned, but there's been a lot of AJ Lee mentioning over the last like month or so. And now they're starting to incorporate Brock Lesnar into things. So I don't know. I'm a bit with AJ and Brock, but yeah, I don't know. But that's what Paul Heyman kept saying in his promo with Gunther and Braun. He kept calling him the next big thing and the big dog, and this is his yard now, because obviously that's Roman Reigns' 2 catchphrases, and then the first catchphrase is Brock Lesnar's. So very suspicious. But yeah, I don't know if I'd be down for a Rock return or not. I'd be down for an AJ Lee or a Paige return for sure. Especially SummerSlam being in AJ Lee's hometown of New Jersey. Like, it makes a lot of sense for all these little things that are happening over the last like month. With AJ Lee like being mentioned and being part of Wrestle Crate and CM Punk doing her signature and all this kind of stuff. It makes a lot of sense for what to happen to Lyra to happen, and then AJ be the mystery opponent for Becky Lynch. It would make a hell of a lot of sense as well, because obviously Becky Lynch is married to Seth Rollins, and who's AJ Lee married to? CM Punk. Who does CM Punk not like? Seth Rollins. You know what I mean? So like, it makes a hell of a lot of sense. And also Becky constantly mentioned that nobody can beat her and she's the best and all this, that, and the third, like similar to what a lot of wrestlers do before someone returns or debuts to face them. So I don't know. And also, when the year that CM Punk returned in 2023, they also kept like mentioning CM Punk like very subtly on commentary, and people started to do CM Punk's moves. So the fact that CM Punk's doing AJ Lee's move is very suspicious as well, because that's what happened before CM Punk came back. People started doing his moves, and he started to be mentioned on commentary, and also they started to show him on WWE as well. So, and now they're doing that with AJ, so it's making me very suspicious for SummerSlam, very suspicious. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. That's just wait and see. But yeah, the gauntlet kicked off with Bron Breakker and Penta. Bron Breakker won against Penta in an absolute incredible spear off the middle rope. Penta was doing his springboard onto Bron, and then Bron speared the living shit out of Penta, like he done in the previous match that they had one another, I think, actually. So yeah, absolute banging match to kick off the gauntlet. I'm kind of gutted for Penta though, because I don't think there's anything for Penta at SummerSlam, and I feel like he's just too much of a draw to not be at SummerSlam, because everybody loves Penta. Everyone loves Penta. So I feel like he needs to do something, but what that is, I really don't know. But I'm hoping they give him something at SummerSlam, but I guess we'll have to see. And then the second person to enter the gauntlet was, well, third technically, was LA Knight. And again, a decent match. Not as good as Bron versus Penta's match, but it was decent. But Bron Breakker did end up picking up the victory with a spear again to LA Knight, and he moved on to face main event Jey Uso, which again was decent, not great. It was a lot of it was Jey Uso showboating with his entrance music, so we didn't really see much interaction wise, match wise. But no, it was meh. It weren't as good as the LA and Bron match, and definitely wasn't as good as the Bron and Penta, but it was there. Yeah, it was there. But yeah, Jey did fall. He didn't pick up the victory against Bron Breakker, so Bron Breakker went on, well, with the help of Bronson Reed as well, to be fair. That's why Jey lost. But yeah, the last man in this gauntlet was the best in the world, the Second City Saint, the voice of the voiceless, CM Punk. And as soon as CM Punk was the last man to be a part of this gauntlet, I knew that he was winning this. I knew from the beginning that he was winning this, to be honest with you. Like, I knew 100% they were going to go with Punk and Gunther, especially with what happened on Raw last week. Was it last week? I think it was last week. Having the week before, actually. I don't know. Whenever CM Punk pushed Gunther over, anyway, I knew it was going to be CM Punk versus Gunther, and that's what happened. The match was actually really decent. Bronson Reed got involved again, but Jey Uso came out to help CM Punk. I think CM Punk didn't come out to help Jey during his match because he had to wait for his actual turn to be officially part of this gauntlet. So that's why I think CM Punk didn't come out to help Jey. But because obviously Gunther, CM Punk was the last man in this gauntlet match, Jey was able to come out and help CM Punk, and that's exactly what happened. He helped CM Punk pick up the victory in a decent match with Bron Breakker. Wasn't a great match, but it was decent. It was on par to be very similar to the Penta and Bron Breakker match. I enjoyed them both. Was kind of wishing that we got Penta and CM Punk. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for that. I hope we do get that at some point, because that's literally like a dream match of mine, because it'll be my two favourites going head to head with one another. So I'm really hoping we do get something like that in the future with Penta and CM Punk. But yeah, CM Punk won the whole gauntlet, and it's officially facing Gunther at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship. And am I excited for that? Yes and no, because CM Punk's going against Gunther, and Gunther is absolutely incredible in the ring and very vicious in the ring. But yes, because CM Punk's getting a World Heavyweight Championship opportunity at SummerSlam, so of course I'm going to be excited for that. But yeah, Bronson and Braun did attack CM Punk after the match, and Jay tried to come out and help. CM Punk, well, not try and come out because they're already out there. He came into the ring, sorry, and tried to help CM Punk. He got beaten down as well. Bronson was about to do the Snme to both Jay and CM Punk, but then we got the music of the OTC1, Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is officially back in WWE for a few weeks, and then he's gonna be gone again. I love Roman. Don't get me wrong. I love Roman. He is an incredible athlete. He draws money. He has very much earned the respect to be the top guy in WWE. He 100% has, for his dedication to the company over the last 8 years, I want to say, from 2012 on the main roster to 2020. And then obviously that's when he started to dip out a little bit and wasn't really a part of the shows as much. So he's dedicated 8 years to the company, right? But him coming back just for big matches and big moments is starting to really annoy me, because it's starting to feel that he doesn't care about the company. I'm starting to agree with Seth that he doesn't care about the company that much, because I understand that he has other stuff going on. He has a new child that his wife has just given birth to, and he has other opportunities. But it's just, I don't know, I'm getting to the point where it's kind of getting annoying that he's only back for a few weeks and then disappears. I would rather that he was back for I don't know, 3 to 4 months or something, and then disappears for a month, instead of coming back for a month and then disappears for 4 or 5 months. I'd rather it be the other way around. He's here for 3 months, and then he leaves for a month or 2, and then comes back and does 4 months or something, instead of just being there for a few weeks and then he just leaves. Why? It's just very annoying. Very annoying. But I can see them doing, I wanted them to do just Roman Reigns versus Bron Breakker, but I can see them doing Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, because Roman Reigns is going to be leaving after SummerSlam again, because he's filming for a Hollywood film. So he'll be leaving again. So I think they don't want him to get injured during a one-on-one match, because obviously there's more of a risk of him getting injured during a one-on-one match than there is a tag team. So I feel like they're going to do Jay and Roman versus Braun and Bronson, which I would be down for. Would rather a one-on-one match between Bron Breakker and Roman, but I'll be down for the tag if it ends up being a tag match. But yeah, we're getting CM Punk versus Gunther at SummerSlam, and then we're getting that potential triple threat. The potential tag team between Roman and Jey Uso versus Braun and Bronson Reed. I have a big feeling that Seth Rollins is not injured. Not injured. Because for one, right, when Zoe Stark got injured, they didn't show it on camera again. You could tell that she was visibly upset, right? When she got injured, she was crying, visibly upset. And the commentators spoke about it once, right? To just let us know that when we get an update on Zoe, what the hell? My door just started opening. Hang on. What the hell? The wind opened my door, and that was really weird, because it seemed like someone actually was coming in my door. That was really, really weird. Anyways, yeah, when Zoe Stark got injured, they spoke about it on commentary as in they said, we will let you guys know an update on Zoe Stark. She is on her way to a hospital facility to get medically checked out, right? And then they didn't mention her again, right? And then we saw in her story that she was on her way to, had just had surgery, or she was on her way to get surgery. And then when Liv Morgan got injured, they showed us it once, and then a few days later, or a week later, or however it was, we saw her get her surgery. So she had a shoulder surgery because she generally got injured, right? But with Seth, the reason why I don't actually think that he's actually injured is because, for one, on the post show, Triple H said that it's inconclusive, his injury, right? And that he's going to be medically checked in Birmingham, because that's where the medical facility is for WWE wrestlers. Presuming it's the best in America, so that's where the wrestlers go. Presuming, anyway, I'm not too sure. Yeah, he was going to get medically evaluated at the Birmingham facility. And then when Paul Heyman was interviewed during Raw, they said that we don't have an update on Seth. But we were told at the beginning of Raw that we were going to get an update on Seth, but we never got an update on Seth. And Paul Heyman saying that he's got this briefcase to cash in until June next year also makes me believe that he is not injured. Because I'm sorry, but if he has WWE is a very, very big company, right? They figured out very quickly with Zoe and Liv that they needed surgery, right? Some sort of surgery, whether it was a major surgery or a minor surgery, right? They knew straight away, like within like a couple of days, they needed that. But the next day, Seth going to Birmingham, which is where their main facility is for WWE wrestlers, they couldn't provide us an update. I find that very suspicious. Very suspicious. And especially Paul Heyman saying that he's got until June to cash in his money in the bank, meaning that it can't be that serious of an injury if he's allowed to keep the briefcase, but he's not even going to cash it in. Like, because when he injured his knee, he was out for almost like 10 months, which means that he's going to cash it in May. Like, it doesn't work out. And maybe he's only out for 6 and he cashes it in at WrestleMania next year or something. But I don't know. It's not sitting right with me that he's actually injured. And also, during interviews with like LA Knight and on commentary, they kept mentioning that Seth's injured. I wonder how the injury is affecting Bron Breakker. And they also kept asking LA Knight about the injury as well. And I know LA Knight said, "I wish you a speedy recovery because I wanted to hurt you, but you hurt yourself." I don't know. It's not sitting right with me that he's actually injured until we actually get an official like picture from Seth of him going into surgery, or an update from Triple H or something saying that Seth has injured this and he'll be out for this or whatnot, and this, that, and the third. I don't believe Seth's actually injured. I feel like this is a play on injury so that Seth can cash in his money in the bank when we least expect it, because everybody does believe that he's injured, because he was seen with crutches and a brace. But of course he's going to wear a knee brace and crutches because he's going to play his character that he's injured. So I don't know, I'm finding it very suspicious. And also, especially the fact that CM Punk has won the gauntlet as well. I do feel that CM Punk's gonna win at SummerSlam and he's gonna become World Heavyweight Champion, and Seth is gonna cash it in on CM Punk and take CM Punk's moment away from him. Because I'm just finding it very suspicious that they, for one, keep mentioning Seth's injury, for two, it's inconclusive, for three, they couldn't give us an update on Seth's injury, but was able to give us an update on Liv's injury and Zoe's injury within like an hour, or like half an hour to an hour. So I'm finding it very suspicious, very, very suspicious. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens now. But anyways, guys, this has been my Raw review. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree with me that this was a 4 out of 5 Raw, or do you believe it was amazing? And was a 5 out of 5 Raw? Or do you believe it was alright? Could have been better. And you were going to give it a 3 out of 5 originally, what I was going to give it, but the gauntlet made it a 4 out of 5, and Roman returning as well. Do you believe it was meh? It was a meh show. You didn't really enjoy it, but you enjoyed like a couple of things. Or do you believe it was awful? You never want to watch this Raw again. It was the worst Raw of the year, and you wish that this Raw never happened. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below, guys, because I would love to know your opinions on this week's Raw. But yeah, there will not be any videos now until my SmackDown review on Saturday. So yeah, a bit of a break now for me from filming, because I've been filming a lot over the past week and it's been a bit insane and I'm literally wrestled out. But yeah, anyways guys, it's been Charlie and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.